Good morning, everyone. It's 9 o'clock, April the 13th, 2026, and I'll call our public hearing is now in session. And first item on the agenda for our public hearing is, of course, our county clerk was not in today. Celica Rodriguez sitting in. Well, you can call. Go ahead and call roll call. Celica.
Okay. Good morning, Judge and Commissioners.
Good morning.
Morning.
Judge Rathmore.
Present.
Commissioner Moya.
Present.
Commissioner Morales.
Present.
Commissioner Solis.
Present.
Commissioner Garza.
Present.
Judge, we have a quorum.
Okay. Next item is our invocation by Dr. Roger Miller, Commissioner's Court Chaplain. Dr. Miller, good morning.
Good morning. If you bow your head with me this morning as we begin. Let us pray. Our Father, we come here this morning first thanking you for the many blessings that we have in our lives because of you. May we never forget your love and your concern for us as we remember to recognize your hand at work in our lives. So today, Father, we join together here to experience one of those blessings, the gift of governing. And this gift allows us to realize conditions in which we may thrive as a people and as society. It allows us to raise our children, live in safety, and learn to help and encourage each other. So as you have ordained, we have leaders appointed over us to work toward establishing and maintaining these conditions of safety, civility, and mutual support. So, Father, we ask you especially today to direct our leaders, our judge and commissioners, our elected and appointed officials, so that they may discharge their duties for this community, which secures the best for everyone in this time. Help us, Father, today to trust in you and to experience the peace which you have promised to all who are prepared to receive it. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Commissioners, number 6 on the hearing agenda is we're here to discuss the reinvestment zone to be known as Zapata County Wind Reinvestment Zone number 1. And this is in regards to potential wind farm that will hopefully be built in Zapata County. And this public hearing, all interested parties may speak for or against the reinvestment zone that the court will be considering. I don't know if we have anyone that would like to speak at this time. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello?
Could that, is it on? Yes.
Okay.
Just
Hi.
press the button.
Wait, you raise it up there.
Oh.
Thank you for being
I
here.
normally don't have this problem. Cool.
And then we just press the mic. There we go.
Okay, good, thank you.
Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having us this morning. My name is Callie Campbell. I'm the developer on this project. You have in front of you a presentation. I'll just kind of go through briefly the company that I work for and then a little bit about this project. So AES Clean Energy is a dual headquartered between Salt Lake City and Louisville, Colorado, where I'm out of. We have projects across the country, wind, solar, and battery storage. This project that we're proposing here is a wind project. So on here you can just kind of see what our operating assets are, and we have about 8 gigawatts of backlog or viable projects in our pipeline. It goes through also the projects that we're operating in, or the states that we're operating in, across the U.S., but then specifically in Texas, we have over 500 megawatts of operating assets. We have 1,500 megawatts in construction, and then currently in development is about 3 gigawatts. Over a gigawatt of that I'm directly responsible for.
So, quick
yeah.
question. How many megawatts make a gigawatt? Or
1,000 megawatts.
1,000 megawatts
Yep.
equals 1 gigawatt. Good.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. So you could also say 1.5 under construction.
Yes.
Yeah, and then over 40 years of operating in Texas. The next one goes through who we have today. My colleagues Brandon and Erica are also here. And then our project specifically, we're calling it the Miranda Valley Wind Farm. It's gonna span, hopefully, Zapata County, Webb County, and Jim Hogg County. We've got about 26,000 acres of private land in total. It's currently used for cattle raising and hunting primarily. We have an interconnection position and a signed generator interconnection agreement for 495 megawatts across 3 counties. We're anticipating about 300 of those megawatts being in Zapata County.
Very good.
The point of interconnection is the new AEP line between, or the new AEP line called Cenizo de Cruz. It's a 345 kV line. We will have a specific project substation to interconnect to that line. We're currently in the development stage. We're hoping to start construction next year and then be operational in 2029 and beyond. And AES will be the long-term owner-operator.
So this project will span three counties.
That's
But
correct.
I think 70% of it is in Zapata County?
Yeah, we're about 60%.
60%?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, 60% is kind of what we're estimating, 30% being in Webb, and then about 10% in Jim Hogg.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, and then we just have, you know, some highlights of the local economic benefits. We love to partner in the communities that we work in. The contractors that we work with, we try to hold them to a standard of hiring local staff for construction and operations. And of course, the visiting local businesses throughout construction and operations as well. Yeah, I'm proud to work for AES in terms of our engagement with the local community, and we have some highlights here. During operation or during construction, that's the most difficult part of any wind farm development project, and Erica is kind enough to manage a grievance process where people that have concerns or questions can reach out directly, and we're pretty responsive. Yeah.
How will this project open up job opportunities for our locals?
Yeah, there will be local job opportunities, and we usually have at least 2 local job fairs so that folks can come out and learn about what's available and what the requirements for those jobs are. Yeah.
Now I see, hopefully construction will begin in 2020
That's
next
what we're
year,
hoping.
sometime this time next year,
Yes,
I
sir.
guess.
Yeah.
And it can take about a year to complete the project, or?
Yeah, it'll take probably between 1 and 2 years to construct, depending on, how we, you need special equipment, so how
Sure.
much of that we can get at one time. But we usually construct our projects within a year and a half. But this is a pretty big one, so it will
It is
probably take a little longer than a
substantial
year.
project,
Yeah.
yeah. I appreciate that, yes. Any questions, commissioners? Any comments? And of course, this hearing is to follow the guidelines and criteria that the state sets aside for the court to consider as far as our abatement, tax abatement process, so I think it's good. If anybody in the audience may have any other comments regarding this project, this proposed project? If not, if that ends your presentation, Callie,
Yeah.
then I'll have a motion to close the hearing.
I'll make a motion to close the hearing.
Motion by Commissioner Solis to close the public hearing. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Commissioner Garza. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, our public hearing regarding the proposed wind farm is now closed. And we'll go right into our Commissioners Court agenda. And I know Dr. Miller is ready for a sec. I appreciate you, Dr. Miller, but we'll go ahead and call the public meeting, which is our regular Commissioners Court meeting to order, and we'll go ahead and have roll call once again, Ms. Sevica.
Okay, Judge Rathmo,
Present.
Commissioner Moya,
Present.
Commissioner Morales,
Present.
Commissioner Solis,
Present.
and Commissioner Garza.
Present.
Judge, we have a quorum.
Thank you, and we'll have another invocation by Dr. Roger Miller. Thank you, Dr. Miller.
This be quieter, okay? Again, let's pray. Father, we're thankful for the opportunity to come together today, the opportunity to see your hand at work in our government, in our community, in our lives. Father, I ask you to continue to bless each and every point on the agenda today. May you touch our commissioners, our judge, and our officials, that they may honor you today in their abilities to undertake the responsibilities that you've placed upon them. So, Father, in all things that are accomplished today, we give you honor and praise, and we thank you because of who you sent to us to teach us. In Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, Dr. Miller. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item number 4, Commissioners' communications. A lot of happenings around the county the last 2 weeks.
We sure did, Judge. First and foremost, I want to say good morning to everyone in the audience today. I see a bunch of familiar faces. I used to be a police officer at South Elementary, so I recognize a lot of the faces out there. Good morning to everyone. Judge, in the audience, we did have a group of individuals yesterday. They went out to Bravo Park and they added a butterfly, it's called the butterfly garden. So what this is gonna do, it's gonna bring in butterflies, unique butterflies, to our park. So now we're gonna have not only, the bird watching, but now we're gonna be able to watch, some beautiful, butterflies in that park.
So they'll be able to travel from the museum to the ground.
Yeah.
The museum has a really nice,
Yeah, they sure will.
Yeah.
So these individuals, they're part of the high school, program, the FFA program. We have Orlando Gomez, Enrique Garcia, Manuel Hasso, Christopher Covarrubias, Sebastian Zapata, and Miss Marie Guerrero. So I want to thank these individuals for their hard work on the Sunday. They were out there half a day yesterday. So if you guys have a chance, swing by in the weeks to come, and hopefully you guys get to experience some beautiful butterflies in the area.
yeah, very nice. Communications, any communications, commissioners?
Judge, also we had Congressman Henry Cuellar,
Correct.
Zapata. Last week, he did visit, the adult, daycare, here across the street. He listened to their concerns, and it was a great morning. They were very happy, with his presence and, with the answers that he was able to, provide to them. So again, thank you, Congressman Cuellar, for making, your time, to visit with, your constituents.
Yes, it was a very good session. I enjoyed visiting with the folks there, and I appreciate his efforts.
Yes, sir.
And the programs that he will be bringing to help those folks out.
Yes, sir.
So, good meeting. We had a good rain last week. I think things are perking up around the county. I think all the ranchers are happy that it was a pretty widespread rain. I think most of us got something after a long, prolonged dry spell. The lake is up a little bit, a little higher than it was at this time last year, and that's always helpful. Of course, we need a lot of water in the lake, but I'm actually starting to see some boats coming in to visit and fish, and so hopefully that trend will continue. I did read a press bulletin that Texas Agriculture Commissioner Sid Miller put out regarding screwworm and the northward trek or spread of screwworm in Mexico. So his latest release is that it's only 90 miles away from the Texas border in the state of Nuevo Leon. And he urges all, of course, ranchers and homeowners that may have animals that have wounds on them to make sure that they don't develop, I guess, more infections, and make sure that maggots don't develop, which may be screwworm maggots. So unfortunately, summertime, it may be inevitable, but hopefully we can contain it. I know the USDA is still working to increase the sparrow production, sparrow fly production, and hopefully that'll hold it back. But it seems that the northward movement continues, and it's awfully close to our border now. So I just wanted to share that with the public. Make sure that you check your animals and make sure that any wounds on them are properly taken care of. Any other communication?
One more thing, Judge, our youth football, flag football league just kicked off this past weekend. I would like to ask, all adults and parents, to keep it at their best behavior. The school district is,
Kind enough.
yeah, the school district is kind enough to lend us their turf fields. So let's be our best behavior. This is for the kids and nothing more than just for our kids, so.
Also the pony league is starting up.
The pony league is around the corner as well. We did have, I think a little over 200, kids sign up, so that should kick off probably in about 2 weeks, again, at our best behavior.
Also, wishing all the teams that were, making it to the playoffs, softball, baseball. I know we had a track meet here. The kids did great. Mariachi also as well, and the tennis team and the one act. So, way to represent Zapata County.
Yes, very good. Thank you, Commissioners. We'll move on to public comments. This section provides the public the opportunity to address the Commissioners Court on any items on the agenda. Any members of the public at this time wish to address the court? If not, I know it's good to see a large group in here, but I think these kids are got things to do and I'd rather just sit in court and listen to it. So we'll move on to those items that involve those presentations of those kids. I think it's on resolutions and proclamations, Commissioners. And item number 30 is 30 and 31, proclamation for Child Abuse Prevention Month, and this is requested by Dr. Severita Sanchez, Executive Director of the Children's Advocacy Center in Laredo. I don't see Dr. Severita here. Is she coming or?
No, she's
So
not coming.
we can take your item at this time, ma'am?
Yes, thank
Okay.
you.
And it is a proclamation. Would you like to read that proclamation for us? Yeah.
I was gonna say a few words, but you can help us with the proclamation.
Okay.
If you can, please,
All right.
thank you.
Thank you. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. So, thank you, Judge and Commissioners, for letting us be here today, along with the Child Advocacy Center, for allowing us to be part of this meaningful event. Recognizing Child Abuse Prevention Month, thank you to everyone present as we stand united and reminding our community that protecting children is a shared responsibility. April is a time to raise awareness and strengthen our commitment to the safety and well-being of our children. It's about the county. This year's theme, Pinwheels of Possibility, is a powerful reminder that every child deserves the chance to grow, dream, and thrive. It represents the bright futures that we can help create when we invest in prevention, support families, and work together as a community. You may notice the blue that surrounds us, right? So blue is the color of child abuse prevention, symbolizing hope for a future where every child grows up safe, supported, and loved. You may also see the pinwheels displayed around us. The pinwheel is a national symbol for child abuse prevention. It represents the joyful, carefree childhood every child deserves. Each spinning pinwheel reminds us of the happiness, innocence, and endless possibilities we are working to protect every day. Child abuse prevention is not just one's responsibility. It belongs to all of us. It begins with strong families, supportive neighbors, and caring community. It means being proactive, offering support to parents, educating families, and creating safe environments where children feel safe, valued, heard, and protected. Here in our community, we all play an important role in these kids' lives. A kind word, a helping hand, or simply being present can make a lasting difference in these child's lives. When we invest in prevention, we're building stronger families and a safer, healthier future for everyone. So let this month serve as a reminder that our work does not end today. Each of us can be a voice for children, an advocate for families, and a part of creating change. Together we can turn awareness into action and ensure that every child lives a bright, joyful life they deserve. Because every child deserves a life full of hope, safety, and possibility, just like the pinwheels we see today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I wish I could add to that, Ms. Maggie, but you pretty much nailed it, you covered it. The Zapata County Commissioners Court, I know the sheriff also, we're behind you 100%. And, you know, we are here for our kids, you know, nothing else, we are here for our kids. So thank you for everything you guys do on a daily basis again, and, you know, you have the support of Commissioner Sport.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. I'll go ahead and read the proclamation at this time. Whereas, as of 1997, about 14,527 children between the ages of 2 through 17 have been reportedly victimized and at times re-victimized by unimaginable sexual, physical, and/or emotional abuse. Whereas in fiscal year 2024-2025, approximately 467 child victims received Children's Advocacy Center of Laredo in Webb County, Texas. 12.85% were ages from 0 to 5, 48.39% were ages of 6 to 12, 38.54% were ages of 13 to 17, and 0.22% were individuals 18 and over with disabilities. And whereas 34% of the victims were male and 66% of the victims were female. Whereas research indicates that for one child that outcries to abuse, there are 10 still silent. And whereas child abuse prevention is a community responsibility and finding solutions depend on involvement among all people. And whereas communities must take every effort to promote and support programs that benefit children and their families. And whereas effective child abuse prevention programs succeed because of partnerships among a variety of entities, including but not limited to schools, religious organizations, law enforcement agencies, child protective services, prosecution agencies, medical professionals, mental health professionals, children's advocacy centers, and other community-based nonprofit organizations. And whereas everyone in the community should become more aware of child abuse prevention and consider helping parents raise their children in safe, nurturing environments, as well as supporting local professionals dedicated to meeting the needs of child abuse victims. Now therefore, I, Judge Joe Rathmel, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the state of Texas as Zapata County Judge, and on behalf of Zapata County Commissioners Court, do hereby proclaim the month of April 2026 as Child Abuse Month, correct? Yes.
Child abuse prevention.
Yeah, Child Abuse Prevention Month. Okay.
There's a motion to approve, the proclamation, for Child Abuse Prevention Month of April.
I'll second.
Motion by Commissioner Solis, second by Commissioner Moya. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion, thank you.
Thank you. We have a few more words.
Okay.
So in observance of Child Abuse Prevention Month, the SCAN Project Hopes will host several activities, right? On April 1st, we did launch the month with the Pinwheel Garden at the local Boys and Girls Club. They were very welcoming. Thank you, Leslie. Where children learn about the importance of prevention and the meaning behind the pinwheels. So they got to set up a pinwheel garden outside. It's really pretty. So if you have a chance, go by. And then we will also collaborate with Healthy South Texas to host a family mealtime tomorrow. Encouraging families to strengthen their bonds through shared meals and healthy habits. Additionally, on the 15th, we will have the play day. So this is the first play day that we will host in Zapata County, and hopefully we can continue this for the years to come. And this is a place where families can enjoy activities that promote healthy, positive interaction, connection, and fun. Additionally, we have support groups for parents every month. They're being held at the public library the last Wednesday of the month. So these events are designed not only to raise awareness, but also to celebrate the strength of families. Prevention happens, right, when communities come together and neighbors look out for one another. So let this month remind us that every action, big or small, can make a difference in a child's life. Together, we can continue building a stronger, safer community for the children of Zapata. Thank you for standing with us in this child abuse prevention. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, thank you, Judge, for having us here, Commissioners. On behalf of Dr. Sanchez, I just wanted to give an update of how we've been doing over the last year here in Zapata.
Okay.
Although I'm no longer coming to Zapata to do therapy services, Brandy has continued the work here.
Yes. Thank
And
you.
then Veronica is also here with doing our forensics. So in the last year, the Children's Advocacy Center has serviced 12 different individuals for therapy services. From those 12, 10 of them were children that were experiencing sexual abuse, 2 were for physical, 1 was a child that was at risk, and 1 of them was a parent who also needed some services as well. And that, those 14 individuals accounted for 160 therapy sessions. So that's 160 sessions of, like we mentioned, that they don't have to go to the radio to get these services, that we were coming here to offer these services both in person and some of them in virtual. So we're continuing the work here. Thank you all for continuing to give us the space to be able to do this ever since 2018, and we're going to continue. I know that Onika also had an update on the forensics, and we've been starting to do forensics here.
Yes, thank you.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, Judge, and good morning, Commissioners. Well, first of all, like everyone said, thank you for allowing us to be here and use your building like every year. I know we love to come here and do services for the Zapata people, but I know we have also some clients that go to the radio, they wish to go over there. But since last year, 2025 in April, we've seen 16 children here in Zapata, and some, like I said, in the radio. From those 16, of course, we do some referrals to therapy, and some they wish to continue, and some they don't, but we respect that. So we just, like, again, thank you for allowing us to do the services here in
Well, we thank you for partnering with us.
Yes, thank you so
and bringing
much.
these services to, the rural communities of your areas, so
Making
we
it more,
appreciate that,
making
yes.
it more convenient for some families.
Yes, of course.
Especially with the tough times.
Especially
right
the
now.
traveling, and
Yes,
they
yes.
cannot travel to Laredo, and of course, from the sheriff department, they're so, like, sometimes helpful to call us, and, we come here whenever they need us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And we have some little bags that we want to give to all of you.
Well, yeah, we'll always like goodie bags, yeah.
And then I also wanted to introduce Carla really quick. Carla is our family advocate. She's been with us for going on 4 or 5 years, and now she's going to be partnering up with Veronica, also coming to Zapata. Whenever there is a forensic interview, Carla will also be coming by to help with the family.
Thank you.
Whatever needs to be ready.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I don't know, were you prepared for a picture with the commissioners? or-
Yes.
And we may have everyone
We have an extra.
I don't know if they wanted to read the pledge, Judge.
The next item?
The advocate pledge.
Sheriff, can we also have your stuff?
¿Por qué te miras diferente? Ah, que no te crees mucho.
Bueno, para un
Andrew, can I see you?
Andrew.
Can we get a countdown? 1, 2, 3, cheese. I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, cheese. It's just silent. You don't know when to smile.
Smile.
You got it.
You still didn't do the cheese. Am I the only one who knows how to do the cheese?
Para la siguiente.
Could have done both items. That may be the largest group that's ever taken a picture here. Pretty close, yeah.
That's great.
Very nice, yes. Yes. And we'll go ahead and move to item 31, which is another proclamation, very important. Proclamation of April as Sexual Assault Prevention and Awareness Month. And Ms. Sonia Montes from SCAN. Good morning, Sonia. Ms. Montes, how are you?
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for waiting for us.
There's one proclamation first, and then now our
Yes.
proclamation. I think you have.
It should be in my packet, yes. I do have it. Yes. Would you like me to read the proclamation first? Okay. I'll go ahead and read this proclamation. Whereas every day, women, men, and children of every age, ability, gender, sexual orientation, national origin, and socioeconomic background suffer from the pain and trauma of sexual assault and abuse, from verbal harassment and intimidation to molestation and rape. This crime occurs far too frequently, goes unreported far too often, and leaves long-lasting physical and emotional scars. And whereas survivors often suffer in silence because they fear further injury or humiliation, or lack faith in the criminal justice system, the feeling of isolation, often compounded with suicidal feelings, depression, and post-traumatic stress disorder, only exacerbates victims' sense of hopelessness. No one should face this trauma alone, and as families, friends, and mentors, we can empower victims to seek the assistance they need. And whereas sexual assault harms our communities and takes a collective toll on all of us, it is on parents and caregivers to teach their children to respect and value others, its teammates, classmates, and colleagues, to recognize sexual misconduct and intervene to stop it, to shift attitudes and behaviors that allow sexual assault to go unnoticed, unreported, and unpunished. Whereas during Sexual Assault Awareness Month, we are reminded that we can change our culture for the better by standing together against the quiet tolerance of sexual assault and recommit ourselves not only to lifting the veil of secrecy and shame surrounding sexual violence, but also join advocates, community leaders, and courageous survivors to raise awareness, expand support for victims, and strengthening our response. And we continue to confront this crime. Let us reaffirm our dedication to take action in our community and stop abuse before it starts. Together, we can increase awareness about sexual violence, decrease its frequency, punish offenders, help victims, and heal lives. Now therefore, I, Joe Rathbone, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the state of Texas, the Zapata County Judge, and on behalf of the Zapata County Commissioners Court, I hereby proclaim the month of April 2025 as Sexual Assault Awareness and Prevention Month in Zapata County. And we urge the community to reach out to victims and learn more about this crime and speak out against it. Thank you, Ms. Sonia.
Yes, thank you.
There's a motion to approve the proclamation as presented and to proclaim April as Sexual Assault Prevention and Awareness Month.
Motion by Commissioner Solis, seconded by Commissioner Moya. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Sorry, we need to do Article H also.
Yes.
Yes, of course.
Let me just read.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, on behalf of the SASE program,
We would like to extend our sincere appreciation to everyone in attendance today for this important proclamation. Your presence and continued support mean a great deal, and we are truly grateful for your commitment to raising awareness and standing with survivors. At this time, we invite you to join us in reading our advocate pledge in recognition of Sexual Assault Awareness Month, as we reaffirm our dedication to prevention, education, and support for those impacted by sexual violence. We
So
pass
y'all
it
gonna
on.
pledge? Did everyone pledge? We can all go ahead and read it together.
If we
Okay.
can all read it together. Yes.
Ready?
I pledge never to commit, condone, or remain silent about sexual abuse, sexual assault, or any form of sexual violence. I will treat those around me with dignity and respect, and take a stand for fair treatment for all. I commit to believe and support those who experience sexual violence, not blame them for being targeted, and report sexual abuse to the proper authorities, so every survivor gets the help and support they need and deserve to create a safer community for all.
Very
Thank
well
you so
said.
much.
Thank you.
For your support.
Thank you so much. Thank you for all the good work you do. Stan has so many programs helping our community.
Yes.
So
We're very
we
blessed to have
also
your ability to
have
support.
Zapata Commissioners Court as a good partner to help in
Yes,
anything
yes,
we
and we're
can.
grateful for your support.
I think it's on the contrary, we're the ones that are blessed to have these wonderful programs like this.
Yes.
Available for the
Thank you.
community.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
On the proclamation pledge, I just wanted to make sure that on April it's 2026, right?
Okay.
Maybe it's at 2025,
Oh, okay.
just so they can
Make that
get it.
correction. Morning, Figueroa.
Morning, Judge, Commissioners.
Morning, sir.
So we can, go back to our regular agenda. Item number You have one more? One more picture?
We have,
The 29th.
29? Okay. Well, then I had this 30 and 31 listed as, go first. Okay, 29.
If it does, hold back here.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay,
are they coming? They're on their way?
okay. So when they get here, we'll get it up. So we can move to regular. Okay, we'll move on to item number 6. Thank you, everyone, for. Item number 6, Commissioners, in your packets, we had approval of invoices, as we normally do every 2 weeks. We had invoices from March the 20th, 2026 through April the 9th, 2026, for a total of $759,176.70.
Motion to approve is presented.
Motion to approve presented by Commissioner Solis, seconded by Commissioner Morales. Any discussion? I noticed on item 12, and I'm sure you have a perfectly good explanation, but there was an item to SYDATIC, do you know what that is?
Synaptic, which is the 51,000, is that, that's,
Control panel.
the control panels.
Okay,
That was the first, like down payment, not down payment, but the,
okay, so that's coming out of non-department, I mean, that took a third of that budget, are we,
we were gonna take it out of,
I saw that it came out of, our non-department
Non-department.
miscellaneous.
what were we gonna take out of building and maintenance, or,
I'm not sure, I'm just asking,
I'll
I just
check-
took a
I'll check
third of
to
that
make sure.
budget
Yeah.
out in one.
yes, that was that, control panel that we were.
Okay.
Also, Judge, these invoices for 3 weeks, it's usually 2 weeks, but
Sure.
this time it was for 3 weeks. And also, I wanted to address the $100 last time, that there was a difference.
Yes.
It was a, CDL it was just timing, it was canceled, we ran a report, the other people hadn't canceled it yet, they ran the report to Treasury Department, that's why there was a $100 difference.
Okay.
So it was taken care of.
Okay.
And I'll look into the Synaptic.
No, that's fine,
Yeah.
I just, we use that account for, just about everything else.
Yeah, yes.
We'll have to see how we can, replenish or find, we'll just look into it.
Yeah,
They took a third of that budget, okay, so we got a motion and a second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Moving on to item number 7 is approval of treasurer's report, and our treasurer, Mr. Salina, did provide us with a copy of his monthly report for March 2026. On page 1 is our investment pool We have CDs totaling $9,125,658.56. Interest earned for the month was $26,538.50, and for the year, we've earned interest of $135,018.63. Moving on to page 2, with our fiduciary demand accounts, we had a beginning balance of $1,669,219.06. Revenues and deposits of $5,171,211.77. And expenses, which are transfers, many of them are $5,561,930.49, for an ending balance of $1,278,500.34. Continuing with our fiduciary demand accounts, we had beginning balance of $1,683,039.50, revenues of $1,189,583.43, expenses of $1,218,588.75, for ending balance of $1,654,034.18. Excuse me. Moving on to page 4 is our electricity report for the month of March. I guess we got a bill for $28,730.75. I think we're missing part of that.
Yeah, we're missing
electricity bill.
something.
It's only about 70,000.
We've switched, they've switched over from, I think Caballo back to Champion, so there's, when.
There's a delay in the bill?
Yeah, the building comes in, it's a little different, so.
Okay.
It should catch up next month.
All right, our water usage for the month of March was $11,425.81. Moving on to our royalties from gas wells around the town site. For the month of March, the county received a check for $7,883.21 of our royalty interest. Rents from our community centers and other facilities. San Ignacio Civic Center didn't bring in anything. Pavilion brought in $500. The Zapata Community Center brought in $2,400. Moving on to page 7, which is our monthly revenues for the different departments. County Clerk Fund 10 for the month of March brought in $6,523.75. Fund District Clerk Fund 10, $2,983. Our sales tax for the month of March was $217,836.82. That brings us to about 73% of what we expected to receive.
Judge, we should be around 50%, so just to give you a
Yeah,
bearing
we've
of
done
where
much
we're
better
at.
this year, activity in our community, which is good. Our landfill, excuse me, for the month of, what were some long proclamations? For our landfill, for the month of February, $39,339. Oh, that was for February. We have nothing for March, it hadn't come in. Our jail, for the month of March, according to the report, is $145,000, but the sheriff did provide us with the new updated figures since he adjusted the amount of fees we can charge for federal inmates. And so his monthly total for the month of March will be $309,155. So that'll change for next month. And that's an increase of almost $100,000. So good job, Sheriff. You more than doubled our fees.
Yes, it's been good, and we've been full since, so we're gonna continue being full.
That was quite an accomplishment that you were able to get the U.S. Marshals to agree to our new rates, per diem rates, so good job on that. So
I think that was your mission, you know, when you
Yes,
first
it
came
was,
in.
exactly, so.
Thank you for that.
fortunate.
Okay, so that's gonna be a healthy increase to our budget, very well. Moving on to our EMS, for the month of March, they brought in $92,297.35. So, moving on to the last page, page 9 is our revenue from our JPs. JP Precinct 1 brought in $7,668.62. JP Precinct 2, $11,247.61. JP Precinct 3, $3,922.50. and JP Precinct 4 valued $6,802.22.
Motion to approve the treasury report is presented, Judge.
Motion by Commissioner Solis to approve the treasury report as presented.
I'll second
Seconded by
Commissioner Garza.
Commissioner Garza. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item number 8 is approval of checks issued, and we also in our packets have the checks, which are exactly the same as from March the 20th, 2026 to April the 9th, 2026, and the total amount is $759,176.70.
Motion to approve the checks is presented.
Motion to approve is presented by Commissioner Solis, seconded by Commissioner Morales. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Item number 9 is tax assessor collector departmental report. Ms. Mendoza, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mike.
Thank you.
Again, good morning. Good morning, Judge, Commissioners.
Hit the button on the side. On the mic.
On the mic.
On the actual mic, on the base.
Right here. Right there you go. Is it green?
There it is. Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. Our collection for the month of March, general fund, we had $326,631.84, with refunds of $3,724.54. Interest and sinking fund, we had $158,271.61, and refunds of $1,614.32. Farm to market, we collected $153.60 with $1.10 in refunds. Special road and bridge, we had $46,193.26 with refunds of $546.28. Payments to delinquent attorneys was $25,084.37 for a total collection in taxes was $556,334.68. Other fees and collections, we had alcoholic beverage, $120. Tax certificates, $24. Hotel motel tax, $6,121.09. Copies and faxes, $61.75. Interest earnings, $30.79. Tax sale, $30, and our net collection was $562,722.31. Check was issued to the treasurer for $537,641.44. Delinquent attorneys, $25,080.87. Our collection rate is at 84.46 compared to last year, 83.26%. Our hotel motel year to date is $41,916.79. We did have a tax sale early part of March, and we had a collection of $59,189.94, which is already included, of course, in the report. Any questions?
Any questions, Commissioners? Thank you, Ms. Mendoza, very much. We'll move on to the action item. We're going to consider action on item number 10, is to accept resignation of Jose Rafael Trevino III as Waterworks Manager.
Motion to approve is presented.
Motion to approve as presented by Commissioner Solis, second by Commissioner Moya. Any discussion? Yes, Mr. Trevino, I think is found working on the radio, I believe.
That is correct, and I would like to, I know he's not here with us today, but I would like to thank Mr. Trevino for all the hard work that he did for Zapata County. I know, he was always available as soon as we called him, so thank you for your hard work and dedication for Zapata County. We wish him the best of luck.
A motion and a second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item number 11 is to solicit applications for the position of waterworks manager. So Commissioners, this is a follow-up. Currently, the department heads are managing their own, the sewer plant has a supervisor. The water treatment operators are managing, and of course our distribution guys are managing. Then of course we've got our office. So, it's up to the Commissioners Court if you want to continue to solicit for a suitable replacement for a waterworks manager. We'll see what comes in and decide how we move forward with that department.
Judge, I just want to ask that like Mr. Valadez, they've been coming to me for big purchases
Yes.
to I guess,
Yeah,
for me to help them out.
so each department, the sewer plant, distribution, I told them to either run it through my office or go.
Oh, okay, yeah.
For any.
And they're
large
coming just to
purchases.
see how we can do it or what do we do, so.
Yes. I think they should run it through the office manager, and then she can come also.
Okay.
So they'll have a complete coordination as to
Okay.
what is being spent.
All right.
Motion to approve the solicit of applications for the position of the waterworks manager.
Now, we do have the job requirements for that listing. I see our personnel. Is that a yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, okay.
Motion
Okay, so we'll be
stands.
going out with,
I'll second it.
okay, motion second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Item number 12 is to approve the estimate for $7,400 for the repairs of the Texas Driver License Department. So Commissioner, we had a request from, TxDOT regarding our office space, that of course we have that service here in our community, which is very important. They are requesting certain small changes. I did ask our the department supervisor to look for some estimates to kind of know how much what their request would cost. She did find a contractor who has done work with the county before, so he's.
You want me to read the description?
Yes.
So we do have a bid from Zapata Construction in the amount of $7,400. The description is as follows: remove middle wall and door, to move electrical wires and plugs, patch ceilings on walls, remove floor and install new flooring, recenter office desk, add 6 feet more, paint office, paint hallway, paint the entrance, I guess repaint, 3x5 window on the entrance, labor and materials, except the tile office already has a tile.
We did have some, like a surplus tile that we can use, which will match the rest of the building there. So it's vinyl tile that we had, so.
And where would this come out of?
This is what we come out of non-department,
Building and maintenance.
building and maintenance.
Motion to approve the estimate of $7,400 to Chapa Construction.
Motion by
For the
Commissioner.
repairs at the Texas Driver License.
Yes, motion by Commissioner Solis, second by Commissioner Morales. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion
Are we
carried.
looking on the department, Mr. Gonzalez?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Are we looking?
On that building and maintenance, I don't know right now. I'll get you the information, but right now offhand, I'm not sure. It is negative already, but.
Well, we budgeted $150,000 for all these type of expenses,
Yeah.
but like I said, that we used a big part of it. That might have, we'll look to see how we can transfer that product purchase for the sheriff department to maybe our certificates of obligation, maybe it'll qualify for that.
Okay.
So or else we're gonna have to end up using our small fund balance.
I can call Mr. Tijerina after and ask him if we can do that.
Okay. All right.
Or Dan Martinez, counsel, bond counsel.
Okay. Item number 13 is to approve a pay increase for Ruben Elizondo from $10.98 per hour to $13 an hour, slot number 16, on March 17, 2026, I guess, to be effective March 17, 2026. Ruben Elizondo met all educational TCEQ requirements and achieved a water operator Class D license. So this is for our treatment plant, and we were in need of water treatment operators. We've got some good young candidates that are doing the coursework and getting their classifications, so hopefully they can be with the county for a long time, so.
Motion to approve is presented.
Motion to approve is presented by Commissioner Garza, seconded by Commissioner Lison. No, by Commissioner Solis. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item number 14 is to approve a pay increase for Jonathan Griffin from $10.98 an hour to $13 an hour. Slot number 18, effective March 17, 2026. Jonathan Griffin met all educational TCEQ requirements and achieved a water operator Class B license. Also, a good young operator that has come in and taken.
Motion to approve this.
Motion by Commissioner Garza, seconded by Commissioner Solis. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. 15, to approve the payment of $28,345.76. Invoices number 56170 and 56171 to South Texas Machine Shop Incorporated for repairs and the fabrication of parts for the aeration tank gearbox located at Zapata County wastewater plant. Funds to come from the certificates of obligation. So, yes, we were, our sewage treatment plant, the gearbox, which is an important function to make sure we could treat that sewage, broke out, and that's the cost. We do have the monies in the certificates of obligations, and we can utilize.
Motion to approve as presented to come out from the certificate of obligation.
Motion by Commissioner Solis, seconded by Commissioner Morales. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. 16, to approve the payment of $18,279.32, invoice RI-1686 to Lewis Electric Motors and Pumps Incorporated for repairs on both the 8-inch diesel pump and trailer, which is used to supply water to our water treatment plant, while are being made to our main river pump. Funds to come from certificates of obligation.
Motion to approve is
Is
presented.
this a new, machine or?
No, that's the existing pump that, the impellers were broken on it. So we, the new pump is an electric pump. It has been in operation, but I've had discussions with our engineer regarding, it seems to, bust belts pretty often. And so something's not right with that electric pump, which is on a trailer. It's a portable pump. The company has been advised that, some significant upgrade to that pump need to be made. So this is our existing diesel pump that we have as a backup. And currently we have 2 diesel pumps, one that we're renting, to back up this diesel pump, which, suffered, had to be repaired. And our 2 main, electric pumps, permanent electric pumps that sit on top of our fixed structure, we're waiting for so it's not a gearbox, but it's an electrical problem that is,
Control panel?
The control panel is preventing the use of those pumps. So currently we're on portable pumps, and we've got 3, and we've got 2 working, but, hopefully we can get this one back on and have 3 pumps to.
Have they given you an ETA, Judge, on the fix?
Those parts should be coming in soon. I mean, if there's the specific parts, and I'm not sure what the ETA. That's something that we can, certainly ask Manuel, our Premier Engineering, to see when we can fix that. I think, the contractors might be, electrical that's doing that work.
Nice.
So yes, out of 5 pumps, we've got 2 working, so it's,
We need to have them all working.
and currently, because we're on a portable, the lake is so low, we're having to use portable pumps. Our hoses, which are 8 and 10-inch rubber hoses, we need additional backup on the hoses. They tend to not last very long because of the conditions. They tend to tear often. So we, in fact, will be receiving an invoice for 4 more 8 or 10-inch hoses to have as backup, to make sure that those pumps are working.
We can always have some already.
Yes, so that should be coming in today, that request.
Okay.
I'll try to swing by there, Judge, to see if I can maybe, see if we can repair something there and save us a little bit of money.
Sure.
I'll
Item
second
number
that
17.
motion, Judge.
Did we approve?
No, I'll second that motion.
We got a motion. Commissioner Morales, a second.
Okay, you second it?
Oh.
Okay, so Liz Morales.
Yes, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item number 17 is to approve a pay increase for Meliton Valadez from $18.41 an hour to $19 an hour. Slot number 6, Meliton Valadez has met all educational TCQ requirements and achieved a CSI Customer Service Inspector license. He is now certified to perform all cross-connection inspections for Zapata County Works. So we were lacking a CSI inspector, Commissioners, and I urge Mr. Valadez, if he got the license, he would certainly be compensated for his efforts, and so now we are up to TCQ requirements, and Mr. Valadez.
I'll
Yes.
second that.
Got a motion by Solis, Commissioner Solis, seconded by Commissioner Morales. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Number 18 is to consider the reduction of costs associated with the installation of a water meter to service park areas within the Romeo Flores Park.
So this one, Judge, it's in general the question, how we have to, as a county, pay a big lump sum of like 3,000 is gonna cost us more or less to put a water meter. My question is, I understand that we pay the hardware, whatever, we need to pay on the parts, but I think we should adjust it to where the labor, we don't have to cover the labor because it's a county employees doing the county's job. I think it's just up there in pricing. I mean, our budgets aren't big, so that's gonna hold us back, it's a big lump sum. I just think that we should be able to
I think
adjust it.
so that's the rate that they charge for a 2-inch meter, or what?
Well, just to install the water meter at the park was 3,000 and something. I think that's.
I'm not aware, Commissioner, how much, of
I
course,
think
it's
the sheriff's office, they charge them
it's-
also 3,000, 4,000 at the range, Richard,
Yeah.
is that right? They charge them about that, I just think it's.
And they charge the county to?
Yeah, they're charging the county, that's what I'm saying.
Well, I mean, it's a separate.
Yeah, it's a separate, it's a.
Yeah, I mean, the meter, that's fine, but the labor and installation of all that, the county employees are doing the work, it just doesn't make sense.
So you're asking for the.
A readjustment,
to-
like, for us
to
to
waive
waive
the
for
cost of the labor.
county departments to have a certain set fee.
So your guys are gonna do the installation?
I mean, if they have to, they can, that's not a problem.
So then that sets a precedent for, cause it is a separate department. Mr. Figueroa, on that, it is an enterprise fund department, and they set fees. Now, I mean, we pay a water bill just like every other customer in the county.
Right. If they are their own entity, then obviously they have to have their sets of accounting and how they handle any type of new connections and the fees associated with it. Now, the county could possibly set a rate for county-related type projects, but it would have to be some type of Commissioners Court act that would require that type of thing, Judge. I don't know if that's something the court is inclined to do or not, but it would require something to that effect, Judge.
Because they have a fee schedule
Yeah,
set.
that's correct, Judge. So it would have to be something that for county-related projects, it'd be X amount for,
New service, water
right,
meter
for
service.
whatever municipal, not municipal, but county-related type of.
I mean, that's something that I think would be fair. I mean, I don't think it's a big issue. I think we could.
Yeah, I'm not certain how many new water lines we are.
No, it's not often.
Yeah,
It's just,
I don't know.
every now and then, but I mean, we're on a low budget and then we gotta pay 3,000, well then it's like, you can't improve the park because you don't have water, so it's kind of one of those things that you wanna give.
Well, that's something that the court could consider, Judge, via action item, if that is what the court and commissioners choose to be appropriate.
If we're gonna go that route, we should get a breakdown.
Yeah, we can table it and then come back and
Maybe more
revisit it in the next
information on
Commissioners Court.
That way we have more or less an amount that we can approve.
Yeah, so we can.
So the amounts are dependent on the size of the
So
water.
it's
fair as
line.
well.
That way we're-
I guess the size of the water line and, cost, sometimes, it goes up and down depending on what it is.
Right, okay.
So I'll make a motion to table for the next Commissioners Court.
Motion to table by Commissioner Moya, seconded by Commissioner Solis. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion table, we'll bring that back. Item number 19 is to repair the 18-wheelers located at the county shop.
So yeah, Judge, these 18-wheelers, I mean, we use them frequently. I know that some of them have air leaks, they don't have good tires. I know the last time that we were out there, we were bringing millings from, I guess, the Roma area. And EPS came out and right away they're like, hey, go park the 18-wheelers, I don't think it's right, I think that we should comply. We need to have our equipment up to par, and no excuses, we gotta have everything compliant, I think.
Yeah.
So that we can take, I mean, that's what I was gonna ask for non-department, but I mean, I don't know how we're looking there.
Can that be out of the certificate of obligation?
Well, that's something I would have to ask. So the certificate of
I
obligation
think
was
it
pretty
does.
specific, and,
To
and that's what I was gonna
waterworks.
ask about. Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask about the
When I
sheriff.
talked to him, I think it was to upgrade
Waterworks
our
and the
new
grant,
equipment
so
to our
it would have to be from y'all's
So road and
budgets.
bridge, y'all are out of funds already?
We're running on fumes.
I had a breakdown, so.
I guess the biggest thing to start off with is to find out how much money we're talking, and then go from there.
Yeah, I guess we can get a quote.
Commissioner Moya, I'm telling the judge, I think the best thing would be to find out how much we're talking about, and then go from there. So, we need quotes, once we get that, then we can.
And then I guess you can ask on that as well.
Yes.
Since it's repairs on equipment.
Well, yes, I'll ask.
I think you can, I looked into it, I'll go back into my paperwork, but I think we're able to repair stuff with that certificate of obligation.
Okay, so we'll table this one.
Motion table.
Motion tabled by Commissioner Solis.
I'll second that, Judge.
Second by Commissioner Gatsa. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion table. We'll bring that one back. Item number 20, to advise the court regarding the donation of hardware and software by Justice Solutions to the Zapata County Sheriff's Office. Sheriff, good morning once
Good
again.
morning, Judge, Commissioners.
Morning,
Got with me Judge Daniel Boswell from Justice Solutions.
Good evening,
Just want
sir.
to
Thank
advise
you.
the court of what he's donated and given our department, which has made a huge difference.
Morning, Judge,
Morning, sir.
Commissioners, how are y'all doing? Thanks for
Doing
the
good.
hospitality. My name is Daniel Boswell, I'm here on behalf of Justice Solutions. We do software and services for the Sheriff's Office, we've done it for about 10 years. Now, I just wanted to come by and publicly applaud and commend the Sheriff's Office on a project we recently completed together. That project, he came to us, he wanted to take pen and paper citations and he wanted to move to a modern mobile citation system. He did his due diligence, he got all the research, collected all of his data points, and then he came to us and he said, is there any way you can do it and do it on the hardware that we already have? And if we could, that would save the county and the taxpayers upwards of $40,000. So we determined that we could do it, and at that point, project leads on our side were assigned and project leads on his side were assigned. And I'm telling you right now, I've been in this business for 20 years. What happened after that was a well-coordinated, well-executed project, and he should be very proud of his people. So I thought it was just appropriate to come by and share this success story, not just because he saved the county and the taxpayers a considerable amount of money, not just because he went from pen and paper to modern 21st century technology, but this additional software came at no additional cost on behalf of Justice Solutions. So as I'm actually talking about this right now, he's either the greatest negotiator in the history of the world, or I stink at my job. So in either case, I just wanted to come by and say thank you. It has been great. And you guys should be very proud of the work that him and
We are.
his staff
What's
has
your
done.
name, Dan, again?
Daniel Boswell.
Daniel. Well, it's no surprise. I mean, we've seen it, with the jail, the increases for the inmates. We've seen them at the airport. I think that's why the community elected him to be where he's at right now. So it's
Yeah,
no
they've done
surprise
a
to the
great
board,
job. It was, and we look forward to more of these. So I mean, they're efficient, they're smart, they're sharp. It's been good.
He's got a good team back there. I see that he's
Well,
got-
one of his project leads is pretty grumpy, but we deal with him.
Would that be Mr. Trevino, Captain?
He's like the meme of the grumpy cat.
I'll take a while to get it.
But sharp and very easy to work with. We were able to get this done and able to save the county a great deal of money.
They got a great team behind
We're
them.
very proud.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Appreciate it. God bless you. Thank you for the
Good evening.
opportunity.
Yes.
No action on that.
No action by Commissioner Gatsa on item number 20. Item number 21 is to consider and approve contract for the audit of the financial
No,
statement.
Judge, I apologize, Judge, on the previous one, Judge, I don't know if it's asking for an acceptance of the donation, Judge.
Well,
There you go.
Because they are making a reference to a donation of hardware and software by
Okay.
Justice Solutions, so.
but, yeah, I don't know, we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the reason they put it on, because they wanted the acceptance, that's why I'm asking.
Or just recognition.
Or just
Just recognition.
I think it's just recognition.
I guess not, they walked out, so.
I think he's calling them. I think
Okay.
Mr. T is going to go ask.
Let's just say it's by.
he just said, I'm sorry. He just said that, it's a donation, the hardware, he didn't want fanfare or anything, just. if
So we accept the motion, Commissioner will change then to accept
Yeah.
it.
Alright, I'll change my motion to, advise, court regarding the donation and hardware of software by Justice Solution to Zapata County Sheriff's Office in the amount of, around the ballpark of $40,000.
Okay, second the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Garza, seconded by Commissioner Moya. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Sorry about that, Judge.
No, that's good.
No, that's good.
Well, I mean, they did put a value of it, but, I mean, the hardware we already had, so they were able just to.
Incorporate.
Well, they were able to
Integrate it.
incorporate the
Integrate it.
software
Yeah.
with the hardware that we
Right,
had, which
yes,
is good.
okay.
Thank you, Mr. Pig.
But normally you'll have to buy new hardware.
Right, because they're non-compatible.
Yes,
I think they donate the printers, if I'm not mistaken.
okay. So
We're good.
We're good?
We're
Okay,
good.
very well. Thank you. Oh, next one's yours.
Next one's yours.
Consider and approve, contract for the audit of the financial statement of Zapata County by Canales, Gatsa, and Baum at PLLC for the 4 years ending, September 30th, 2025 to September 30th, 2028. So their fees are going up?
Well, the previous 4 years, they charged 45,000 the first 2 years, and it went up to 48,000 the last 2 years. And this time around, they're gonna keep the 48,000 for 2 years, and then, bring it up to 50,000 the last, for the 27, 28 fiscal years.
Right, so.
Inflation?
It's 4 years down the road, yeah.
And how about, the on-time audit? Are they gonna work
Well,
harder for it too?
this came up because we were going back and forth giving them stuff, and then, they're like, well, we don't have a contract with y'all, so we got this, and talking with, Mr. Flores and Mr. Martinez, they're getting them all the stuff. We're just waiting for this. We've been giving them stuff, but the main financials, we should get to them hopefully by the end of this week.
Okay, yeah,
and-
those are so important.
And I've been stressing that we
All the
needed.
grants that we have.
Yeah, we have a lot of grants.
All the federal funding that we do have.
Yeah, I think the deadlines are fast approaching.
Every year it's been getting, these past 2 years, been getting better, so.
So you said this, these next 2 years, we're gonna remain at 48, and then.
Correct.
And then the following 2 years, which will be
27.
27 and 28, the fiscal year is 27, 28.
Motion to approve the contract, as presented, Judge.
Motion by Commissioner Solis, there a second?
Did legal review the contract? It remains the same, just the amounts?
I have not seen the contract.
Okay,
It
pending
exists.
legal review.
I would like to review it
Yes,
prior
yes.
to.
That'll be in my motion pending legal review.
But we are adopting, the rate increase,
The rate,
correct?
that is
Judge?
correct.
Okay.
It should be the same.
It should be,
What's the- how much
I'll
is
get
it?
you the.
But you said there was a.
48,000 for this year, then, 27 and 28.
It'll jump up to 50.
Yeah, apparently we didn't have a contract for 25.
So what I gave them the one from last time, 4 years ago, and.
So they haven't been working on 25 then, because.
They've been working on it, they just haven't, they're kind of stopped for the financials part of it, I guess.
Okay. Well,
That binds us for 20 years.
So the 4-year period, I believe, Dinesh.
which includes, you know,
Years ending September
20,
30th,
25,
2025.
26, 27,
budget years 25, that's when we need, like,
Through
in
28.
March.
Now, yes.
Correct.
I think, TDA usually lets us get by till June.
Till June, yeah, till June, so.
But if not, we'll be in trouble with all the grants
Which
we
is,
have.
which is what we're shooting for, we're shooting for the beginning of June, is what we're shooting for. Are we just pending legal review?
Yes.
We'll approve it pending review.
Well, that was my
A
motion.
motion, and, by Commissioner Solis, seconded by Commissioner Garza to approve the new, contract with, Canales, Garza and Palm, PLLC, for 4 years, pending legal review. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Alright.
Motion carries. Thank you.
Judge, there is the commissioners are agreeing to, 48 for the first two and then 50 the second two?
Yeah, 27 and 28.
Perfect.
Okay. Item, number 22 is to the request of payment of 4-H animal projects, from the wind farm contributions. Mr. Guerra is here?
I don't see him in the audience, Judge.
we can approve what, we had budgeted.
We had
Yeah.
budgeted, motion to approve.
Motion to
I'll
approve.
second that, Judge.
The transfer, the amount that was budgeted in our current budget cycle. Motion by Commissioner Morales, seconded by Commissioner Garza. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item number 23, to discuss and consider approval or take appropriate action on an order concerning the adoption and designation of Zapata County, Zapata Wind Reinvestment Zone Number 1 pursuant to the county's guidelines and criteria under the Property Redevelopment and Tax Abatement Act, Chapter 312 of the Texas Tax Code. And Mr. Sloan, from KPEX is our consultant and done, I guess, been in contact with you quite considerably with your firm. He couldn't be with us today, but he, I guess, the agreement, the tax abatement agreement is good to go between both parties. And so I would suggest we move forward.
Motion to approve,
Is there attachments here?
It is a pilot program, Commissioners, and pilot is a payment in lieu of taxes. And the agreement that has been proposed, I think bodes very well for the county once the project is built.
Yeah, well, we had agreed that it would be better than our previous one.
Yes, and it is.
It is.
Yes, so we're looking at, it's all, the specifics are here in the agreement, and I can go through them, just give me a chance. So, and y'all can help me go through
Yeah,
this.
I-
So basically, we, as you mentioned that it is around 331 megawatts. I think the county's portion of it would be around 2.
Yeah, so in the agreement, the estimated megawatts is 331 and a minimum of 298
Correct.
megawatts, I believe, in Zapata County. So the overall project might be a little bigger.
Yes.
but, Yeah.
And for each megawatt, Commissioners, the county would receive on a yearly basis $4,018. So you would multiply that by the number of megawatts, which is substantial, and it would equal to a correspondent pilot to the county of $1,329,958 every year for the 10-year payment period, which is, I think, a great benefit to our county tax base.
great benefit, definitely needed.
Yes.
This would kick off once it's completed, correct?
Yes.
Once it's
Yeah, once it's
operating?
built.
So we're looking at probably about 2029, give or take?
Yeah.
Around that ballpark?
Yeah.
I reviewed, the part,
Motion
I
to
did
approve
not
is
get the
presented.
attachments, so.
I'll second that, Judge.
Here's my motion, we already approved.
The attachment being,
Yes, it's all here.
The one I had didn't have the attachments, but I'm sure it's in the one you guys,
So there was some discussion back and forth about county roads, and I think most of your access is gonna be off 649, is that correct?
yeah, we're not totally sure yet, but my understanding from Mr. Snowden is that the only applicable county road is, we looked at it on the map, I can't remember the name.
Aguilares Road?
Yeah, maybe. but I
Or
think
Jennings,
so.
it's either known as
Yeah, I
Jennings
think
Road or
Jennings is
Aguilares.
what I saw.
Yeah.
And it's quite a ways away from our project area, so we don't anticipate the use of Zapata County
Yeah,
roads.
Commissioner, I did inquire, because Commissioner Morales, that he's in charge of that area there at precinct. And we were hoping that that project would entail some use of that road, so we could get some upgrades out of it, for benefit to both of us.
Yeah.
But it looks like most of the access will be down State, Farm Road, 496, which is in Jib Hop County, I think, is what seems to be that way.
Yeah, we're a little ways out from being able to firm up the exact, transportation routes, but there is a, kind of a placeholder in the agreement that if we do need to end up using county roads, that we will enter into.
Yes, so
a
that
lease
language is
agreement with the
included,
county.
Commissioner.
Within,
Do you have the attachments?
it's within, I think we have to notice the county within 60 days of commencing construction, and then enter into an agreement within 30 days of start commencing construction.
Yeah.
I think it's attachment B. And,
It's on the very front
and
page.
referenced, I think, in paragraph
Right.
8, for section 8 of the tax abatement agreement.
That's fine. I'll get these from you later, Judge.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
But yeah,
I know, just
Mr.
because
Zone,
the
yes,
attachments.
has certainly
Yeah,
done
it's-
good work for the county in the past. So we received this last week, so I haven't had time to completely read through it, but I think the main portion of it, Commissioner, is how it's a pilot. It won't affect our tax rate.
Correct.
And these, what we've agreed to is certainly better than what we did initially.
I'll second that, Judge.
8-9 years ago with our first wind
I'll
farm.
second
We
Definitely
approved.
a lot better.
Yes.
So
So
these-
we did have a motion and a
So these
second.
guys-
You want it pending the legal, just for him to make sure the attachments.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Together,
Yeah,
even
we
though that's
can-
what I'm
we
saying.
Yeah, Judge, I
Just for him
reviewed the
to match
contract for
them,
Mrs.
make
Stone,
sure.
but I didn't get the attachments on that one,
Okay.
to make sure the attachments match the contract.
Okay.
But if the court would like, I would gladly review it once
Sure.
I've provided
Yeah,
the
we can
attachments.
approve it, you know, pending the
The second,
legal.
we'll include that in the motion, pending legal review.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. Look forward to seeing y'all often.
Us as well, yeah.
Yes,
Thank you.
okay.
Judge, just to let the court know, I reviewed the contract for the professional services, the accountant firm. Everything seems to be in order with that which the court approved, Judge, and is standard for an accounting service.
Right.
agreement, Your Honor.
Okay, very well. So that one, we can make that. Do you want us to recall it then?
Well, Judge, I believe you guys approved it subject to my, so I
Okay,
just
so
wanted
it's
to let you
good.
know that
Good to go.
it can be.
As far as the
formally
audit
adopted.
team firm, they're good to go, et cetera.
Okay.
Okay. So we'll move on to item number 24, is to discuss, consider, and possibly approve Lone Star Strategy Group LLC to apply for the Rural Community Health Support Program. Good morning, Ms. Yvette.
Good morning,
Good
how are
morning.
y'all?
Morning.
How are you doing?
Good.
It looks a lot greener driving into Zapata.
You know,
than
one
it did
change in
the last
1 week.
time. Oh, we're so grateful too. We got about 4 inches out
Oh,
in the
incredible.
bowl, so it was
Well,
a great Easter.
Yes.
Y'all are closer to the Gulf of Mexico, so y'all got more rain than we do.
Yeah, we did get a good amount. So, this morning, Commissioners, I am here, asking for approval to apply for the Rural Community Health Support Program, and it's through HRSA. The ceiling for this is 4.5 million. There's no match. This will open up May 1st, and it will close June 24th, and the award date is August 1st. This particular grant, we're asking the county to be the lead on this. I will be taking care of the application, but this did come through the Pediatric Practice Association, who is Dr. Stanley that came in, Abi came in to ask y'all if they could rent a facility. Do y'all remember kind of that
Yes.
background? Okay, and I met him after that, and this kind of whole thing, the relationship has kind of evolved from there. So with this particular grant, we do need a consortium of members that include the county. We included the school district, Helping Hands Primary Health Care, who is a nonprofit that helps children with disabilities and comes and does therapy. And then the Pediatric Practice Association, which is Dr. Stanley's. And with this funding, or what we are going to ask for in this funding, is a mobile clinic. This mobile clinic will come to the homes of children. They've seen a drop in children coming in for their I guess their annual checkups and their vaccines,
Physicals.
just due to kind of, that fear of coming out, right? The family's coming out. So I'll just leave it at that, so we don't get political. And so they want to come to the homes. They also want to park this mobile unit at the school district to provide free physicals to the students and vaccinations at the start of the school year. So that's why we're partnering with the ISD. Today at 1 p.m. we will have our first consortium meeting if everything is approved here today. And that is with all the partners that I mentioned and all of these people at the table with Judge Rathmel. So we're just asking to apply for this. There's no fee for the county. If my fee is coming straight from the clinic area, so that's taken care of, and that's pretty much it.
So, what, you said 4 million? 4 million?
4.5 million is the ceiling. So that's the talk that we could
Would
get
this
funded.
include bricks and mortar buildings or, to build clinics?
It is wanting to help more with, I know where you're getting
Well,
at.
I'm just, I mean,
Um,
an RV's not gonna cost more than.
we could, Judge, we could put that in there with the mobile and then the telehealth. And so I think they're trying to get more, I don't know, I guess go with the times that now they're wanting to bring the healthcare to people instead of the people coming to the healthcare. But that doesn't say that we cannot look into applying for a clinic.
Yes.
Like a brick and mortar.
Right.
Within the mobile, within the telehealth as well.
Correct.
So yes,
That'd be good.
yeah. And we can, and we'll
I
just.
mean, so, cause if you're saying the county's gonna be the lead,
Mhm.
taking the lead on this.
Yeah.
So I'm just
Let's
thinking,
do
if we
it.
got the grant, will the mobile clinic belong to the county? Or is it gonna?
Yes, there will have to be an MOU between the partnership, that it would
Okay.
belong to the county, but that the clinic or Dr. Stanley could provide those services along with with Helping Hands also coming in to provide any therapy with this mobile clinic as well. And those are the particulars that we would have to discuss today at our first meeting, and kind of discuss the roles and the MOUs and everything that needs to come into play if we were to get
Is
funded.
there any details on this clinic? Is there anything like for like heart health, like we can include here, like artery check, heart checks?
So
Is there
this,
any equipment, you know?
this would be all pediatrics, but we could include that if you're wanting to incorporate that with the pediatric.
Well, I mean, 4.5
healthcare.
million, you know, hopefully we can, you know, get as much as we can.
Yeah, oh yeah, we're gonna ask for everything. We're gonna ask for 4.5 million.
Sorry, would it only be limited to that doctor, or you can bring in other pediatric doctors to help out? That's another question. Is it just restricted to that?
Well, that
To
is
those two
because
or-
this is how we're creating a consortium with this partnership.
So it'd be strictly for them?
Right, right.
So the vehicle belongs to the county,
The funding has to all come through the county.
but the actual vehicle, the actual mobile
The
unit.
vehicle would, yes.
And the vehicle is a small van or a huge RV, or we don't know?
At this point, this is very preliminary. So today is basically just to get approval to apply for it, and then that's gonna be what we will bring up in the consortium, and then we can bring all the findings of what we wanna apply for to the next meeting and discuss kind of the details, like this is a breakdown, this is what we'd like to ask for. And then I think we'll have more of a idea,
Understanding.
after this 1:00 meeting today on everything.
I think we're gonna encounter liability issues,
Yeah.
with that vehicle.
Well, potentially, Judge, it seems this is a bit exploratory right now as far as the exact details with the logistics of how this is all gonna work, Judge. So I'd hate for the county to miss any potential funding
Exactly.
opportunities without knowing all the exact details and the potential liability for the community, or for our county, Judge. So it might be worth it going to those exploratory meetings, Judge, to see what is gonna be required, and then once we have a more clear picture, then I guess the county could choose, maybe this is.
Well, this is just to apply for it.
Yes,
So
I
I'll
think
make
we
a
should.
motion
Yeah.
to apply.
And then, I mean, like I always come back and
Yeah,
say,
definitely.
I don't go
Correct.
anywhere you all don't allow me to go. I'm gonna present what we find at the consortium meeting, and then we'll answer the
Well,
questions. They're great
yeah,
questions.
and it doesn't hurt to check, you know, to
Right.
explore, you know.
And we just don't wanna miss that window to
Especially if
apply.
there's no cost to us.
Correct.
But those are all great questions, and Samson's here, so I'm sure he's making note of everything y'all are asking, and we'll make sure and address those
So
today.
that'll be my motion.
I'll second Garza's motion to apply for the rural community health support program.
Motion by Commissioner Garza, second by Commissioner Solis, and this is through the federal grant,
Person.
Person.
Motion and second, any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Commissioner, thank you for all your help.
With the grant application that's from the partner?
Yes, we were just talking about that. We will be around here
Okay,
till
perfect.
probably about 2-3 o'clock, so if you need to get a hold of us, we'll be around.
Perfect,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you, Ms.
So I
Thank you.
know there's a grant going on for parks. as well.
Yes, there's a new one
Yeah,
opening up.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Got you.
Moving on, item number 25 is to request the use of the Zapata Community Center for our May 2026 Mental Health Awareness Event. Good morning.
Good morning, Judge Rathmel and the commissioners
Good morning.
court. My name is Diana Salazar, and I'm with Border Region Behavioral Health Center, and May is Mental Health Awareness Month. and we'd like to kindly request the use of, the Zapata County Community Center for our, scheduled event on May 5th.
It's always a very nice event and very
Yes.
productive.
It's gonna be from 3:30
Well
to
attended.
5, thank you. Thank you all for your continued support, to our agency and our causes. And I just want to say that, mental health awareness is essential to reduce stigma, encourage early intervention, and promote overall well-being.
Have you checked with Ms. Garza?
Yes.
It's available?
Yes, it's
Okay,
available,
good.
and it's gonna be May 5th.
I'll second that motion.
Motion by Commissioner Morales to approve the use, seconded by Commissioner Solis. Any discussion? And that day is it, when? Can you
May
repeat?
5th.
May 5th.
Cinco de Mayo,
From
yes.
3:30 to 5 p.m.
3:30 to 5.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you all so much.
Motion
Look forward to
second.
seeing y'all there.
All right. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Good. We've got one consent item to approve street light at 1008 Elm Street.
Motion
That's
to
a
approve.
correction, I think it's at 10:09 now.
1009.
Motion to approve, 10:09.
Motion
I'll
by
second
Commissioner
that.
Solis, seconded by Commissioner Garza. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. We've got some line item transfers.
Transfers, Judge.
Motion by Commissioner Solis to approve
Second.
line item transfers, seconded by Commissioner Garza. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Moving on to resolutions and proclamations. Item number 28 is to approve the temporary closure of the Highway 16 for the second annual licensee gift cancer, the Booth 5K Run/Walk on April the 18th, 2026.
Motion to approve is presented.
Motion to approve is presented by Commissioner Solis, seconded by Commissioner Moya. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Item number 29 is resolution to designate the month of April as Autism Awareness and Acceptance Month. Morning, Ms. Nelly.
Good morning, Judge.
Morning.
Commissioners.
Morning.
Like always, every year, we do have our April as designated as Autism Awareness Month. And on the resolution, if you like, I can read it for you.
Yes, please.
It states, whereas the month of April has been designated as National Autism Awareness Month, and whereas autism spectrum disorders is a complex developmental condition that affects individuals of all racial, ethnic, and socioeconomic backgrounds, influencing communication, social interactions, and behavior in unique ways. And whereas approximately 1 in every 31 children have been identified with autism spectrum disorders, and the prevalence of children with autism has increased significantly and is the fastest growing developmental disability. And whereas individuals on the autism spectrum have diverse strengths, talents, and perspectives that enrich our communities, and it is essential to promote understanding, inclusion, and equitable opportunities for them to thrive. And whereas a single cause is not known, but the need for early intervention services is essential and can help people with autism lead successful lives. And whereas National Autism Awareness Month is dedicated to raise public awareness about autism, celebrate unique strengths of individuals on the spectrum, and encourage inclusion in communities worldwide. And whereas true inclusion extends beyond awareness to active acceptance, representation, and support, ensuring that all individuals, regardless of ability, are valued, heard, and given opportunities to succeed. And now, therefore, be it resolved that the Zapata County Commissioners Court acknowledges that the month of April is Autism Awareness Month and encourages staff, families, and community members to join in fostering a culture of understanding, inclusion, and advocacy, adopted on this 13th day of April 2026.
Motion to approve the resolution as presented and to designate the month of April as Autism Awareness and Acceptance Month.
Motion by Commissioner Lee, seconded by Commissioner Morales. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Ms. Nelly.
So I make a motion, we enter executive session to hear items 32 and 33.
Motion by Commissioner Solis to enter into executive session, seconded by Commissioner Moya. The items to be heard, item number 32 is to discuss and possible approval of an extended leave of absence for employee in the water department. And the item number 33 is to discuss settlement request on Shady Haven LLC account. Executive session is requested pursuant to Texas Government Code Title 5, Subchapter D, Section 551, 6.071, consultation with attorney on both items. We are now in executive session.
Bobby Mesa, you don't tell George to sign a PO after.
Well, keep in touch, yes.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you, safe travels.
Having us.
Yes.